was never really good playing role of the puppet. Too busy being me to be concerned with perception of the public. Everyone is buzzing, but everybody ain't thinking about a budget. I want ownership in something. Niggas get they wings.
Yo, East, I heard some shit about you, nigga. I heard some shit about you on the internet.
About me too, man.
I heard you got kicked. What they say, nigga?
Boy, Jim's TV, man, we back again. Another video for the channel. And man, I'm here to talk about it, man, because I feel like it's a bunch of elephants in the room. And yo, it's wild. I don't think nobody can say anything to Dave East or anybody else. Jim Jones can't keep being mad at the world because they showing up for Max B. Right? And I'll give you an example. I'll give a statement, right? If you my mans and 100 grand and my Doug, my A1 day one, I expect your loyalty, right? That's anybody. But at the same time, if people have relationships and, you know, mutual respects with other people outside of myself, whether I have differences with those people or not, if y'all all in the same spaces and places, you can't expect everybody to take on your beefs, right? So for instance, you can be an enemy of somebody, or you could be in a situation where you got two homeboys. They don't see eye to eye. They don't like each other. They had beef, but they once had a relationship as well. So when it pertains to that, whatever happened to staying neutral, right? Whatever happened to, hey, you know, what you eat don't make me ish. Now, for instance, my homeboy beef with my other homeboy, I'm gonna try to squash it. But if one want to squash it and the other one don't, it's nothing I could do to make them get back right. Now I can say, yo, listen, bro, you tripping, right? I understand you don't, you know what I mean? But you can't get mad at the world for being cool with somebody you don't like for whatever reason. If that man is willing to mend the fence, you can't keep that same energy forever, especially when you're an older gentleman. It's, at some point as you get older, it should always be about your legacy, your bag, and your integrity, right? So depending on what somebody did, right? If you shot at me, no, we can't be friends no more. If you jump me, you and your mans jump me, no, we can't be friends no more. There's no relationship. If you was my homie and, oh yes, my Doug, and you went behind my back and smashed my girl or my wife, no, we can't be friends no more. Right? And that's just simply out of respect, right? But from what I know with this situation, it all started over paperwork. Right? Now, going through watching all of the episodes and podcasts this week, and shout out to MREC TV for doing the interview with Gonju Roach, I believe. And he breaks it down over the whole deal with Max and Jim, and how back in the day, 2005-06, whenever he was down with Bird Gang, Jim did bad business, right? When it came to Max and it came to others. Now, also, got to think about this. Jim had an interview not too long ago where he said he was only doing what he was taught, right? So apparently when Max quit his case, Max needed bail money. And with that situation and him needing bail money, Jim put up some of the money for his bail, right? But in return, he took Max's publishing. So at the end of the day, it was kind of like when they explain the story of Biggie need money for his mother house and things of that nature, and Puff getting a piece of Biggie's publishing for whatever he signed for. So it leads to the infamous Night at Quad and other instances where he wrote for Kim, wrote for Junior Mafia, and he was hiding those sessions and those things like that from Puff. So it goes on, right? And it's been going on. But just because bad business was done to you don't mean you do it back to your artist. And that was this initial start and the break. And then Max went on his campaign. And then Max went to prison. Right? With that being said, Max didn't go to jail for harming anybody on Jim's side. Jim didn't. I mean, since Max is willing to clear up the beef and kill it, it don't sound like Jim was able to get his hands on Max, right? So ain't nobody got hurt. And I keep reiterating this because this is all about Jimmy's ego, right? Now, Maino took his stance, which there's not a problem with that stance, right? But when somebody like Davies doesn't take that stance, and Cam says he never had a problem with Max, and Sin City says, yo, I didn't have an issue, I got issues with Max because of Jim. You have people picking and choosing sides when this is hip hop, right? Yo, last time I checked, they been ishing on hip hop. Billboard done ished on us, the Grammys ished on us a million times, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. They canceled the hip hop awards at BET. You know what I'm saying? The Source Awards, Double XL, all those awards is gone. I don't even know the last time I heard the Ozone Awards happening. Freaknik done. Like, unless we stick together, hip hop, I'm not saying it's in a horrible place, but as far as keeping everything on the up and up, it's not working, especially in New York, man. See what Atlanta doing, man. Listen, they down there, Rico trials, individuals is taking the stand on other individuals, all types of stuff, right? And through it all, right? They had a back and forth, YSL, YFN, whatever that was, right? Whatever allegedly what the law enforcement said. But you see Lucci come home, Thug come home, and they was able to piece it up, right? What's wrong with y'all, bro? Like, at the end of the day, and it's not everybody, right? And again, even the Jim and Cam war, right? That shit need to be deaded, man. It's just, the whole shit just stupid, right? At this point, what are we beefing for, right? What is the real problem? What's the real issue, right? Pay what you owe, get that publishing right, get whatever the problems was. Peace, even French, and I don't understand it. There's too many people who pieced it up with other people, and it's still this beef, right? I just wish that Jimmy would let it go, right? Just like everybody, this Jay-Z and Nas narrative, let it go. They dabbed it up, hugged on stage, they did collaboration records together, right? They're both successful businessmen. They try not to, they put Ether in take over, Super Ugly, they put all that behind them. So why can't the fan base, right? It's like everybody want to keep Ish going. My thing is, settle your differences, agree to disagree, get to the bag, right? If you're not trying to personally harm me or mine, I don't care what you do. Like I say, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? How you living? Boom, keep moving. We ain't gotta like each other. It ain't about being fake phony. It's about being cordial, right? In prison, same rules apply, right? Respect everything around you, right? Respect men as men. At the end of the day, once you do that, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Don't do business for the sake of doing business the way you want to do business, where you up and up. Do business for the sake of doing good business, right? Put somebody in the position you want them to put you. Not to say you got to put them there, but if they work hard, they write them songs, they produce them records, they help you produce them records. If y'all produce records together, paying what they owe. That's what this all started on, right? Simply not holding up your end of the bargain, right? Wouldn't we all love to see Davies, Maino, Jim Jones, Dipset, right? Max B, French Montana, go on a crazy tour. That's it, man. Like the Rough Rider Cash Money joint, you know, the Hard Knock Life shit. Like, what happened
Right now,
man?
they all have
Just
it, man.
like
It's Jim CB. Back reporting live. The news, you know how it go. And yeah, it's your boy Maino, man. Addressing, responding to, getting ahead of the rumors that he was hanging with Max B. Now a lot of people, you know, is you know, they're forced to pick sides right now, right? Now, I'm only making this video to say that sometimes we can be thinking we doing the good thing, but it's really a bad thing, right? Man, these guys are in their 40s and 50s. And, you know, there's a beef going on between these two guys for almost 20 years, right? But it ain't always seemed one-sided, because, you know, at the Wild, Max B just got over and was like, yo, I've been booked for a while. Let's bury the hatchet, right? And, you know, Maino was explaining how he had relationships. You know, Max B used to come down there and record in Brooklyn at first when he first started his career, before he even, you know, started being a part of MOB, Members of Bird Gang and all that with Jim Jones, before he even met Jim. So he had some type of rapport with Maino, right? But Maino, like, man, we get money together. You know, we rocking together. And you know, Jim my guy and this, that, the third. But again, I think that Max, Jim, French, and a Maino tour, for the people who are interested, because I know somebody probably gonna be in the comments or probably gonna be online, oh, them old, they hanging up, they washed up. But that could have potentially been a run, right? But even that won't happen, because Jim can't get over his ego, right? And not to say that, you know, Max could have done something that Jim deems is unforgivable, which is quite possible. But I don't think it was that big. Ain't nobody died. You know, nobody was actually harmed. And before any of that could happen, Max B was just booked up. And you know, he coming home as an older guy after spending 16 years in prison. Well, more than 16 years in prison. And I just don't understand why would he want to beef with Jim Jones, which he doesn't. But why you want to keep it up, Jim? There's something I'm missing, right? Now, but I say the part about both sides, it has to be hard being in the middle of that, right? Feeling like you have to choose. Which is why I believe the conversation with Jim Jones and Maino that they had a couple weeks ago was Maino attempting to, hey, listen, yo, why don't y'all just bury this thing, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, but is the wave guard, right? He gonna come and he gonna do his waves. It's even videos of him already getting in the studio, like, and that's a sign of a person who just not playing, man. So at the end of the day, right, And granted, Jim Jones is coming out with some dope music, and I'm not comparing the two at all. But we could all make more money together. My whole thing is, y'all too old, man, for beef. Like, beef? You know how old men have beef? It's funny. You stay over there, I stay over here. I don't say nothing negative about you. You don't say nothing negative about me. We can get to the bag, but I ain't gotta hang out with you. That's what mature, older gentlemen do, right? If there's some way, I remember even an interview not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, when we thought that Max was supposed to get out the first time. And he was like, man, no, I'm down to do, I'm down to piece it up. I ain't with all that no more. I do some music with Jim. Once we get past whatever we gotta get past, we shoot the fade, whatever. He's like, yeah, we do some music together. He's like, it gotta be something new though. We can't be doing nothing, because we gotta stay current, like, right? Because we wavy. And I just thought that was a dope response. It's like, yo, but being in prison make you think, like, that amount of time, even if you was on bullshit, that amount of time would change your perception. You won't want to get home, get to this money, get back to work, and take care of your kids and your family. You're not going to be worrying about what another man is doing or what type of beef y'all got. Just my opinion.